Yo, what's up? My name is Patrouski. Welcome back to another episode of Loot from 1 Hour, a series where I catch a specific Pokemon for 1 hour in PokeMMO and show you guys the loot, the rewards, and how much money we made. Make sure if you enjoy this video, make sure to like the video and subscribe, and welcome to the channel if you're new. Let's go ahead and cover the Pokemon of the day, Ferroseed. Now, Ferroseed is the Pokemon we're going to be covering today. It is a common encounter in Chargestone Cave, which is right here in Mistralton City, if you don't know. It's right here, right in front of the PC. Super easy Pokemon to get to and start farming quickly. Now, Ferroseed is an interesting Pokemon because it obviously evolves into Ferrothorn, which is a massive competitive threat in PokeMMO, and it's very, very crucial to the PokeMMO metagame, so it's pretty desired. It is, what, the sixth most played? Yeah, the sixth most played Pokemon in all of OU, so there is a large desire for good IV Ferrothorn, specifically Ferroseed or Ferrothorn with 31 HP, attack, defense, and special defense. Those are going to be the main IVs and stats we're looking for. Some natures might be good as well. Now, Ferroseed is not in the best egg group, unfortunately. Plant and mineral are both pretty cheap egg groups, but it's a desired species, so it's kind of up in the air. In terms of predictions, I'm really not sure how much profit we're going to make on this today, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys where. I'm just going to be running back and forth in this cave for 1 hour and catching as many Ferroseed as possible. Remember to bring your catching Smeargle or catching Breloom. I'm going to go ahead and just false swipe them. You cannot spore them because they are grass type, which is super important, so you just false swipe them down to 1 HP and then go ahead and spam your Pokeball. So I'll see you guys after 1 hour. Wish me the best of luck. Alright, here we are after 1 hour, and it looks like I caught 30 Ferroseed exactly. Pretty interesting stuff. Now, Ferroseed does not have a decent base value. I'll go ahead and show you guys here. 1k Pokeyen. It costs 1k just to list it, so you'd maybe make 200 Pokeyen per Ferroseed. That's terrible, so we're not going to waste our time on that. They're probably not going to sell. What you want to do with Pokemon like this is sort through everything and then release all of the irrelevant Ferrothorns. I'm going to go ahead and do that now and start sorting. Wow, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I did not notice during the catching process how unlucky this hour might have been. I only caught 2 1x31 Pokemon, which is pretty brutal. Now, thankfully, one of them is kind of a great Ferroseed, so maybe it's worth a decent amount more. We'll go ahead and break into that, but hoping this one carries me. We caught a 2x0, which might go for like 5k. Thankfully, it's male, which is nice, and we have a couple noted Ferroseed down here. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and release all of these 23 Ferroseed. Pretty brutal, pretty unlucky. For those that don't know, it's around a 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6 chance for every Pokemon to have a 1x31 IV. So only getting 2 out of, 30 Ferroseed is pretty unfortunate. But sometimes that happens, and that's how Pokemon goes. Rest in peace to these other Ferroseed. Alright, now I've got my trusted calculator down in the bottom right to help us with the price check, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's just do this 2x0 Ferroseed first, as it should be a pretty simple one. So it's 0 attack, 0 defense. We're just going to do it by egg group. You never want to price something like this as species, as it's way too specific. Like here, this one's going for like 3,500 Pokeyen. What if we check the mineral egg group? The cheapest male is, yeah, it's gonna be, I can maybe sell this for 3k. Yeah, I'll do 3499. It's probably gonna be my best bet. It's something, so let's go ahead and add that. 3500 is what I'll go ahead and call that. So you know what, it's a start. Now let's cover the noted Ferroseeds, and we'll cover the best for last over here, the very, very few that are decent. This is going to be difficult to price check. I don't even know if this is noted. I marked this as noted, but honestly, like, it's only noted because it has a usable defense IV and a good special defense IV and then a good nature, but it's missing HP and it's missing attack. If some people want attack, some people don't need attack. Wall Pokemon like this can be 3 IV Pokemon, which what that means is it's similar to a Pokemon like Shuckle, which Shuckle only ever needs 3 IVs, HP, defense, and special defense, but Ferrothorn is a Pokemon that kind of wants attack sometimes, but it depends on the set, of course. Depends if you're running Gyro Ball, depends if you're running Iron Head, depends if you're running Power Whip, etc, etc. So I will check out the GTL for this one, and I'll see you guys after some scouring. The closest Ferroseed I can find is literally this one for 1,500 Pokeyen, which honestly isn't worth my time. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna go ahead and release it. I don't like selling Pokemon for such few Pokeyen like that when it costs 1k just to list them and you risk the sell price, and I don't want to put 1,500 into the profit when in reality I'm only making half of that. I don't like to calculate all the prices if possible, but that's too much, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and check this one. All of these might just not be good enough. Even my noted ones were not that noted, man, but I might go ahead and check them all, and I'll just get back to you guys with the prices. Alright, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. These two are just not worth selling. I'm going to go ahead and release them. They'd be for like 1,200 to 1,500 Pokeyen base price. Totally worthless. Now this one, I do think I can actually go ahead and sell it for around 10k. After checking the GTL prices, it is 20 plus. Now 20 plus is pretty low, but it is 20 plus in every single stat the Ferroseed needs, as well as being a low speed stat, which is actually ideal. The nature is pretty. It's not good. It's I would even say bad, but I can see someone using this. Someone could use this as like an offensive Ferrothorn, although 21 attack IV kind of ruins that. But I don't know. This is a decent Ferroseed. I can show you guys the other comparisons on the GTL actually. Let's go ahead and bring it up. So Ferro, we did 20 plus, 20 plus, 20 plus, 20 plus. It has 20 plus in all the relevant stats. So there's one here for 10k. This is the biggest comparison one that I saw. Now this one is a lot better, but I do think this one is underpriced. The reason I'm also listing this one for 10k, even though this one is much better, because this one is underpriced. Someone should pick this up. This is a really decent Ferrothorn for 10k. This is really, really cheap. This one's at 34k. Yeah, this is like decent. Yeah. I feel really comfortable listing mine for 10k. Mine's super budget one. This one probably should be 20 to 25k. So I think 10k is fair for this. This one is just underpriced, even though, you know, I'm listing it for the same thing. So once again, 10k for this one. We'll list it at 999 specifically. I'm a huge fan of undercutting like that. We'll do 10k on the price check. So we're at 13,500 Pokeyen made so far. Woo! All right, now 2 Ferroseed left to price check. We do have a really good one left, so maybe it can be saved. I'm hoping. We'll see. Alright, now this price check was surprisingly interesting. So, a Ferroseed with 31 special defense, the 2 cheapest ones are 4k, but then they go up to around 10k a piece, which is a huge price difference. These have only been listed for 1 hour, and this one's been listed for 5 days. So, I think that the person who listed these two listed them as the egg group instead of the species, and I think this is something that could be listed as the species, although the fact that this one hasn't sold for this long, I'm tempted to go ahead. I might go ahead and list mine for around 7 to 8k. I think that might be fair. You want it to be essentially, you want it to be a good base. Plus mine's female, which is relevant. You want it to be a base for someone to breed up from. It does have brave nature, which can be relevant. The issue is it's missing so many IVs. I doubt they would carry over that. This is a tough price check. I could see people listing this anywhere from 4 to 10k. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just smack dab it in the middle and almost even under. I guess we could do 7k. We could smack dab in the middle and do 7k. I think that's fair. I could see you listing this between 4 to 10k. I think it's either way is totally reasonable. So I'll do the 7k on it. That'll put us at 20,500 Pokeyen so far. Now the one thing that could save us, the one thing is this super decent Ferroseed. Let's go ahead and price check it. It all relies on this. Now, I'm not going to lie, I think this Ferroseed might have saved this. I actually think this one Ferroseed might have saved this entire hour and saved this price check. So I even lowered it all the way down to just 31 HP and then 20 plus, but it has 25 plus here, which is super relevant. Also, the fact that the special defense is the lowest IV on this Ferroseed is super relevant because special defense is usually the least important stat out of the 4 that you need on a Ferroseed. It's going to die to any sort of fire attack or, you know, no special attacks. It's nice for it to be able to tank a Thunderbolt or something pretty well, or a Surf, but mostly you're bringing this in to tank rock slides or stone edges or any sort of you know, fighting type moves it can tank kind of, but it's nice to bring it in versus any sort of contact move, or aerial ace something can be nice, or acrobatics, etc., brave birds, fake outs. But anyway, getting off track, this thing is surprisingly decent. So if we search this, we see this comparable Ferroseed. Now this Ferroseed is very different, being 2 times 31 and lacking nature. This Ferroseed is better in certain ways, and then it's worse in certain ways. But I think the price is actually comparable for the changes you take. So this Ferroseed is 2 times 31, but then 20 plus, lower attack stat, relaxed nature, which is a really good nature. Now this one's a pretty good one. This Ferroseed, this one I looked up when I looked up the 25 plus in the attack and defense. This Ferroseed's also, you know, kind of comparable to mine, obviously a lot better. The naughty nature is actually worse than mine though. The brave nature is really good for like an offensive gyro ball, power whip, Ferrothorn. This one has obviously 2 times 31. The 31 speed is pretty irrelevant. If anything, it actually hurts it. I feel like I'm going to list this Ferroseed for, I think, 80k. think 80k is going to be fair. It's essentially, I could see it going for 100 though. I think 80 to 100k is fair for this thing. It's a really desired Pokemon. I might go for the 100k. It just feels like so much. Especially when this Ferrothorn is available. I think this Ferrothorn is much better than mine, but it might be slightly, I think this one's slightly underpriced maybe. I'll go 80k. I think 80k is fair. I think it saves this price check enough to where it's going to put it at around 100k, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think 80k is fair. I think these two are pretty comparable value-wise and price-wise. Obviously, the 2x31 is super relevant, but this is more of a breeder as opposed to this is more of a Ferroseed. This is more of a competitive, this is a UT mediocre comp Ferroseed, and I think someone could buy this for 80k, train it up, maybe sell it for 140k, maybe make a small flip, you know, make a small, at least 120k, make a small flip off it. I think 80k is pretty fair, so I'm gonna go with 80k. I think it's pretty reasonable. That is gonna put the total price check for a loot from 1 hour Ferroseed to 100k. Now, it could have been a lot worse. I was really scared. I'm actually really happy with that. I did not think I was going to get anywhere close to that. I thought I was going to end this video under 50k. Under 50k loot from 1 hours are the worst. I just listed that for the wrong price on accident. That's unfortunate. Well, we'll just see if it sells. But I think 80k is the more fair value. But 100k for loot from 1 hour of Ferrothorn, hopefully, or Ferroseed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like the video and subscribe for future PokeMMO content. Check out the playlist links down below if you want to see more content after this video is over. Join the Discord, join a really cool community, and see when videos are live ASAP or whenever I'm streaming, or just meet really cool people and really cool players, people who love PokeMMO. And then if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, if you've made some Pokeyen from the series, if the channel has helped you with education for PokeMMO or just entertained you or had a fun time, you could go above and beyond and become a YouTube member to be for $5 a month, drop a Twitch Prime or a Twitch sub over on my Twitch, or hit up my Patreon or my Venmo, which are linked down below. Thank you all so much for your time. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Hey, you watched until the end of the video. I really appreciate that. This end clip is used to say thank you to all my YouTube members, Twitch subs, Patreon members, and Venmo supporters who go above and beyond and support this channel. You guys allow me to keep making content, and I really, really appreciate that. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.